All right. So I'm going to build out a Miro board with you guys on how to think about lead magnets and where to start and what the order is that you should build them out in. And towards the end, I'm going to show you how we built out our AI lead magnet, our dynamic AI lead magnet that has now booked in from one post 39 leads and 8 book calls. And I think that's where the future is headed instead of just a static video or PDF that like AI-ifying a result for a prospect will build up your authority so much more and book in more calls. So is that cool with you guys?
Yep.
Camilla? No yawning. No yawning. Just smiles. I love it. Cool. So reason why to have lead magnets, to have people on your list, that's all I'm talking about, is attention is the new gold. And when we have attention online and we have an audience, then we can make a post, we can make a new offer at any time, and we're good, right? So to give you some context, my first lead magnet ever was my personal profile on Facebook. So that is a lead magnet in itself. That is, if you're going into other groups, you're playing in other groups and you're adding people to your personal profile, think of your personal profile as a dynamic lead magnet, right? Then my next one was my Facebook group community. I got obsessed with moving as much attention as possible from my personal profile, where I was getting people from other groups, to my group, right? And from your profile and from wherever your main list is, you can move people in other directions. So you can move them to other lists and kind of build that brand omnipresence and all that. So is that making sense so far? Thinking about lead magnets a little bit differently. Clayton, Colin, good to see you. Jay, let's fucking
Uh,
go. So 8. So the name of the game is going out, serving, supporting, and getting people on other lists through lead magnets. And I'm going to share some examples with you guys as well. Um, let's kick things off with the AI lead magnet here. Boom. So let's go in here. Um, and you can do this on your personal profile. You can do this in Instagram. You can do this anywhere you want on any list that you have. If you have an embedded partnership, you can do this inside of their community, all of that. Making sense? Good. Jay, you stoked? Sweet. So this, they're like quiz funnels and that sort of stuff. This takes it to a whole nother level. So inside of Airtable, we built a form and um, there are AI agents inside of Airtable right now that can spit back the responses to and send out an email automatically and all of that. So this is built in the form natively inside of Airtable. And we're collecting phone number, email, name, current monthly revenue. And you guys, if you haven't gone through this, definitely go through it. The responses are insane. And for you creating your own dynamic lead magnets through Airtable, identify the outcome that you're looking for. So this could have been more specific, but I know most people need help with their offer and their content. So that's why it works so well. And it's basically I've downloaded my brain inside of here, and it's just the AI machine. So the questions that I wanted to create the outputs were, what do you call your client? What's the demographic? What's their current situation, their desired situation? What are some of your wins? What's your bio? And what are some of your achievements to make it a little bit more specific? Also, this is building my authority a little bit because I'm sharing the wins, the what I've done and my achievements, which is great. So making sense so far. Build out an Airtable and a form and that sort of stuff and have a defined outcome for that. And we'll go into a little bit more specifics. So this is what it looks like on the editing side. And let me do this to give you guys a little bit more clarity. Dynamic AI lead magnet. Boom. Build this up. Sweet. And so step number 1 is identify the outcome for your ideal client through this AI system. Step number 2 is identify and add the inputs, the questions, and add these to the data side and form in Airtable. Step number 3 is optimize the AI agents in Airtable. Boom, and test them and tweak them. And then step number 4 is test the outputs from the AI agents. Boom. Set up the email automations. And step number 6 is add booked call on the back end. Cool. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like right now. Boom. Boom. Here we go. I think I got somebody waiting right here. Pablo, let's go. Inside of data right here, we have the AIOS. So if you're new to Airtable, all we want to do is hit the plus button and start from scratch. If you're creating a new data side of things, delete all these, and I'll show you the inputs to put in. And what's cool about this is that, I don't know if I can pull it up. Boom. Cool. I can see all the responses on this end as well. And we can see that booked calls. We can see Kevin, who just came in. He just booked in a call. So shit works. It's great. So here, he's submitted it. He's booked in a call. But the first thing that it should do is generate the AI and then book call. So here are the people that have submitted with their current situation and their demographics of their ideal client. All the data is being added in there, right? So make sure I got this right. Identify that. Boom. Okay. So I want to go to the AI agents. So when you're building this out, just at the top, put in like the short description of what the question is that's going to be asked. So we're getting current situation, whatever those questions are that you're asking them, don't add in the full question, just add in what it's about. Because on the form, you can add in the full question, right? And then inside of here, we can hit the plus button and build a field agent. So the next thing after you have the questions identified is you can add these columns to build out the field agent. So here's an example of one of them. Um, Question posts are freaking great for school, for Facebook, for keeping your audience engaged. So I wanted to make it really simple for them to get these question posts. So here's the prompt. You're a copywriter with 10 years of persuasive and influential writing in the business coaching space. Write 20 question posts to use on social media. These are the questions that should be one simple question, blah, 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 blah. Optimize your prompts here, and then it will take their responses and create that for them based on their questions. So here we can insert a field. And if I wanted to add in, let's say, their process that they're filling out, then it will take that information that they filled out and add it to the prompt. Is that making sense, or am I just confusing the shit out of you guys right now?
It's very
Maybe
confusing to me.
Camilla, you don't even need to worry about this. I'll show you the other lead magnets for you. But Colin, Clayton, is this making sense so far?
Kind of. I'm gonna come back and watch the rewatch this and kind of go through step by step. But
Cool. That will really help.
yeah,
You guys could probably have this set up in under like 3 hours, just by creating a really simple one of identifying the questions, the outcomes, putting in the prompts, and doing it just like this. It doesn't need to be organized perfectly. It's just some outputs, some inputs, some outputs in the form, and then I'll show you how to set up the automations as well.
I got a question for
Okay.
you.
What's
If I
that?
want, I've got a question for you. So if I wanted to, let's say I'm going to do some sort of hypnosis lead magnet, and maybe there's like 4 or 5 different options it can go. Can we have that lead to like a different, like kind of a different end result that still gets them, like that feels customized for them?
Yeah, I mean, if you give your clients mantras, or if you could get some like feedback from them, and then if it's like mantras that they want, or to install the beliefs and the hypnosis patterns in their head and all of that, that would be really cool. So you can think of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Questions like, what are you struggling with? What are the things that are coming up for you? Think of those questions, and then the outputs could be mantras or other things. Think about what's super valuable to your ideal client. So ours offer content creation, right?
Well, if like, is there a way to use this also as like market research? Like, because I don't,
Yeah.
part of this is I don't know what's the most valuable to my ideal client.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, Great for market research, and also during the onboarding process with your ideal clients, you should be asking, or with your clients, you should be asking 4 questions. This is from Ryan Levesque's Ask method. What's your number one goal? What's your number one fear? What's your number one roadblock getting in the way of you achieving that goal? And what's the number one thing you want to learn? That will help a lot with the messaging and that sort of stuff. So cool. Sweet. All right. So you've got you add in these columns, you add in these field agents, and the statuses we have here are submission, generate AI, booked call, and sent to client. We could probably remove right there. And then for the automations, let's go down here. Boom. With the form, so when the form is submitted in this table, and we have the AI machine form, we get a Slack update, boom, inside of here with this information going straight to the form. And it updates our record inside of Airtable for the leads. What I would recommend is just have these first two steps. When form is submitted, send it over to Slack, or you could also send it over to your phone wherever you want to be notified, right? The only issue here in terms of the automation is that to generate the AI, it needs to move to the second column. If it's just submitted, I've found that the AI can, some of those categories might not be filled out. So I just have Jameson, when he sees one come in, he moves this to generate AI, RVA. There probably is a way to automate it a little bit more, but it's pretty good. So we get an update on all the outputs. And then in here, boom, they have all of their outputs in an email. Their offer one sheeter, unique mechanism, domino objections they might get, workshop titles, recommendations for school funnel, mission posts, all that. And we give them the next steps, boom, and then they book in their AI offer launch session there. Also, how we have it set up for a book call after that is on the form that we have here, you can direct them to the next step. So redirect to URL, boom. There we go. And this is just going straight to the booked call as well. Boom. And not overselling it, just here, book in your call, you're good to go. So what's cool with the automations here, boom, is inside of Airtable, you can natively send an email directly out of here. And then this is also being connected to our Go High Level, but you do not need to focus on that right now. I would just say, get the data up, get the form up, get the AI agents up, and have version 1 of your automations up here. And you guys can take the recording and rock that out. So, any questions on that? Jay?
No questions. It's
Cool.
great, Andrew.
Sweet. So that's the dynamic lead magnet. What I also wanted to go into on this call is just how to think about lead magnets, how to drive more leads, all that stuff, if that's cool with you guys. Cool. Are there any questions on the dynamic lead magnets right now? No?
I'm going to go back through it and kind of slow down and do it step by step, but it makes sense.
Cool. Elena, does your cat have any questions?
She only has comments.
Oh,
I
she's
really liked what you were
messy cat.
sharing. I think I can use it for my clients as well, or I just don't know exactly what I can do with it right now.
Yeah. The seed is planted, it's in your subconscious, and it's AI, so
Yeah.
something will sprout. Love it.
I do have a question on another topic. I don't know if it's a good time to ask, or will there be space at the end?
There will be space at the end for
Okay.
sure. So cool. So let's get into lead magnets, you guys, and just simplify the shit out of the process here. So let's go back to Miro. Boom. Lead magnet accelerator. Boom. So the key is to grow the audience and take as much traffic you don't own to traffic that you do own. And there are two things that you want to think about. One, the messaging to your ideal client. So 7 Ps. The more we nail down our messaging and our positioning with the 7Ps, person, problem, promise, path, packaging, price point, and proof, the simpler it is to create these and message to these. But then number 2 is also the source, traffic sources. So where we're getting new eyeballs, right? And how would you guys define lead magnet?
Something that a resource or something that you give to somebody in exchange for either their email or contact info, or at least starts a conversation that could lead to a sale.
Cool. Love it. It's good. Who else? Item that generates a lead. Cool.
But
Who else? Let's get one more. Clayton, what about you? Mr. Leadley? On the phone. Cool.
What exactly it is? Sorry, I'm like so confused.
So how I define it is it's anything that moves traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own. It doesn't need to be an asset. It can be an action as well, right? And the things to focus on is the lead source and how or the traffic source and how you're communicating that next step, right? So let's go into this. I'll show some examples here. Simple ones. Let's go here. Actually, I want to duplicate this. Copy, paste. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Here we go. Sweet. One. Simple Notion document. These really easy to set up and really easy to provide value, add trust, all that stuff. So you can take one of your old videos, run it through Chat GPT, and then have a CTA / two-step post to drive people here to the Notion doc. These are probably the easiest to set up. Let me go into Notion. And there we go. I had our Sleep Like a God. And if David is still here, these would probably be great. Cool. I just shot a Loom video back in the day and I was like, oh, everybody needs to sleep better. So this would probably be good to go out to the audience. And I wrote this SOP out, but you can just use a Chat GPT. And then I took them to the next step to join the school community. If it was a more powerful Notion document, then maybe a booked call, that sort of stuff, it could go in there. But you can just have video at the top, boom, written SOP, and take the next step. And then this could go into an ad. This could go as a two-step post, a multiple two-step post, and drive more people to your community or to the next step, right? Does that make sense? Sweet. So you can create really simple ones like that. But also to your school community funnel. Your school is a lead magnet in itself, right? And probably the best one. Where I would start is just create a simple lead magnet on a Notion document, put it out there, that sort of stuff. But we can run ads to this. We can go to our TikTok, put this in our YouTube description, put this up on Facebook stories or on Instagram. And we have so many different lead magnets in here. We have so many different pieces of content that we can create to drive more people to the community, right? So I can just take a screenshot, boom, of this. Boom. And let's do a live example right now. Go to Facebook. Boom. And you can put this in here. And this is not going to be optimized because I'm not putting any thinking time into it. But I want to show you how simple it can be to drive people from other traffic sources, that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's fire. Drop your favorite GIF and I'll shoot it over to you. Down. Sweet. Cool. And post this. And then I'll have Jameson shoot over the link and we'll get a few more people inside of the community there. There we go. Cool. If my computer wasn't going slow, have some other ideas for traffic sources and all that. Cool. Yeah, super easy. Especially when we just stay in front of our audience and engage in conversations and all that stuff.
So Andrew, are you
So
throwing out with all these different lead magnets? Are you just kind of just throwing stuff out to see what sticks? Like you're not necessarily the sleep guy, but you're just like, hey, who wants my sleep thing? Just to see what people grab to start the conversation, or how are you thinking about what to actually put out there?
yeah, so the sleep guide was more for my brand, like showing people that we do more than just business and that sort of stuff. But our other lead magnets are like our workshops. So our DM sales workshop, our offer creation workshop, that sort of stuff, leading to a funnel, they watch a workshop and then book in a call, right? So those are more powerful lead magnets. So we talked about your like Notion lead magnet, simple, you can just pump those out there. Your school lead magnet, you have that forever and it's the best for just always having an audience and building your authority so much more. And then you have these conversion lead magnets like VSLs and webinars and that sort of stuff, right? So think of your live workshops, your recorded workshops as lead magnets as well, right? So 3 live workshops / lead workshops, webinars / VSLs, right? These take more time, more thinking, that sort of stuff. This can build your list and build up reciprocity and all of that, right? And then this builds your authority a shit ton. Authority, conversions, boom, and trust, right? Is this making sense and getting more clear on lead magnets? Cool. So like we can have these and like want to think about this kind of your traffic sources. So you've got other communities. And you've got power partnerships. And you've got power partnerships, you've got paid ads. You've got something that we could definitely dive more into, like affiliates, other people promoting your lead magnets. And let's say YouTube. Copy. And posting on other socials. So I'm going to show you the example of like posting in other communities, especially if you have a warm connection with that community. And like what I mean by power partnerships is like Clayton getting in front of an audience and speaking to their audience. But you can also be a coach inside of another program and do embedded partnerships and be an active and engaged member inside of their community. That's one of the best places to start out for just warm people in that community. So let me do that. And all of these can drive towards your lead magnets. There we go. There we go. There we go. Cool. Yeah. A lot of you guys just interact with everybody here so much more. there's so much opportunity being a part of these programs to do a workshop swap together, to be an embedded coach inside of another program and that sort of stuff. So just start hitting up everybody on Slack and connecting and that sort of stuff, and these power partnerships will start revealing themselves, right? Especially when you get consistent with YouTube as well, and put any of these inside of the description, that will grow a lot more. It's a great traffic source. Posting in other groups, paid ads, that sort of stuff. So, like Jay, like the live example. So let me just go to like Lead Gen Jay's group. Boom. We have an agreement that I can post anything I want in here, which is pretty great. And that just started from forming a relationship a little while back. Actually, like 2 years ago, I did a presentation in front of his audience, and he really liked it. Now we have like an embedded partnership together. So what I could do imperfectly in here inside of his community to drive more people to the AI lead magnet or to the school community or whatever lead magnet I want to put out there is, sorry, my computer's going so slow. I might just need to describe it to you, but basically I'll take the same copy that I used for the AI dynamic lead magnet at the top of my community, just massage it a little bit for Jay's community and be like, yeah, I did a workshop a little while back, wanted to get you guys here. Like, this will help you dial in your offers and also create your content for you so your DMs are way more effective. So that's specific to my training, to his community, and just click in here, need some beta testers and that sort of stuff. And then we'll drive people to that lead magnet, right? Is this jogging some ideas? Cool. I think Colin, you and Scott would crush it with being embedded partnerships, having embedded partnerships inside of other people's communities, especially with your network. But yeah, that would be dope. All right. What were some of the takeaways that you guys got from this? Spark some ideas for you, and then we'll go into Q&A.
A big thing I think is don't overthink it. Just get it out there.
Yep, that's huge. That's why I wanted to get across. I love it, man. Thinking of how I can make dynamic Airtable agents as a part of my offer. Yeah, they're fucking dope. So that's good. Just planting that seed. Any way we can inject AI into our offers, it's just a great trend to catch right now. All my successful businesses have been catching trends. Initially, it was running ads for local businesses for successful business. And then it was creating messenger bots, AI, or not AI bots, many chat bots for local businesses and agencies. And then it was the Facebook group funnel because everybody else was teaching like add to webinar to close. And I was like, no, you could do it this way. This is the new trend. This is the new way. So definitely adding AI into everything that we do. It's a good trend to catch, right? So
Yeah, and AI probably is going to be a part of everything anyway from now on.
yeah. Damn. Dude, all good on you. Like for you, mainly it's just about interacting with people that you can help right now. It's not going deep into Airtable stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, that was kind of my question on AI is obviously as trending and it's useful for some things, but how much is using it just to use it or just to say you're using it versus being intentional with it? I guess maybe for me specifically.
Yeah, on the business side of things, like internally, use ChatGPT, Claude every single day.
Yep.
On the fulfillment side of things, for you, I would definitely dive into creating a custom GPT for your clients based on like what they can do to rewire their mind and have something that they can just ask it questions. If uh
Somebody this morning on a different, somebody showed me something called Delphi. Have you heard of that one?
mm-mm,
So it's, I guess you can basically clone yourself. You can put all your, you can create a custom GPT, but I guess it can also do like outbound reminders or, hey, what's going on today? Because I've created those resources for people before, but they don't use them. It's like, yeah, I've given you literally me and a computer. They're like, oh, I'm busy. I forgot. Blah, blah, blah. So I want some way of like nudging. So I'm going to check out this Delphi
mhm,
and see if I can basically use it as a nudge or
yeah.
something like that.
And it's like with that system, it's like getting them to opt in of them saying, yes, I will use it. And then it's about setting reminders for them to use it. So it's kind of like around how are they actually getting the accountability to actually use it, building the system around it, where they'll actually do that.
Hmm.
Uh, and what I found are custom GPTs are actually a lot easier to build than I initially thought. And I'm going to have Andrew come in and do a whole training on building custom GPTs with you guys. So you can add that to your fulfillment stack. And custom GPTs aren't the best for marketing purposes because none of that data is actually captured or anything. And yeah, I haven't found that works the best, but the Airtable with the AI agents has been working really well. So cool. All right. So on this call, we talked about the dynamic lead magnet, how to build that out inside of Airtable, and we talked about the different lead magnets, and I showed you examples of how to just get it out there quick and dirty and get things going with that. But Elena, you had a question for me?
Yes, since we're talking about lead magnets and we had Avery call before, I'm wondering if I'm overcomplicating my marketing or content strategy. So right now, I know I will start school community, so this is going to be one. Then I have 2,000 people on Facebook, and I try to post around 3 times a week there. Whatever I post there, I take one thing and I post it on LinkedIn because somewhere I read that there's no interactions basically. So I just post once a day. And a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, I started posting on TikTok 3 times a day because Mason and Andreas were talking about it. And also I post on YouTube once a week. I just got this huge comment today saying how much I help them. This is fascinating because I have like 30 views on every video. But yeah, that's so nice. So I wonder, I'm not getting like a lot from Facebook. I don't think so. I think I hit up some people who I already know, and that's it. So would you say, is Facebook effective for new accounts? I know yours is from 2017. I see some others who started also in 2017. I think this is when a, a, a lot of accounts grew, but I don't know if now. So basically, should I move my focus from Facebook to TikTok, or should I focus on one platform? Like, what should be my main platform, basically?
Yeah, you pick a platform and just go all in. Facebook is not the same as it was like 5 years ago, but still there are a lot of people that are over the age of 30 that have money that are highly engaged and active on Facebook. So it still works well. But what we want to think about is, and maybe write this down if you're not thinking about your content in this way, traffic, nurture, and conversion. So YouTube, TikTok, great traffic sources, right? TikTok moving somebody to actually being nurtured Not that great. You got to get over 1,000 people to follow you to get a link in your bio and that sort of stuff. But if you want to commit to it for the long term, it can be a good traffic source and get your face out there. YouTube long form and short form, by far the best platform to get high quality clients in, and it nurtures them so much more. And if you have your call booking in the description, it converts them into a client, a book call, right? YouTube, awesome job getting at least one video a week up. That is perfect. But that isn't necessarily like a quick win platform. Facebook and Instagram are more quick win platforms. Instagram is great. Are you doing anything on Instagram?
I just post stories and that's it because I only have my people following me, like my friends. That's it.
Cool. Colin did a workshop with us at the last in-person event that I'll add to the community. But short reels on Instagram are working great for getting new eyeballs on your stuff and also directing people from your other traffic sources. So from YouTube and from Facebook, I would direct them to your Instagram. That is just becoming a better and better and better platform right there. You don't need to worry about email right now. Don't send out emails if your email list is pretty small. And for traffic, I would think of it in 3 ways. Workshops and getting embedded into coaching inside of other programs specifically for you will be great. That is like the ultimate traffic source of trust is just built up immediately. We have the Oprah Winfrey effect. Why did Oprah Winfrey become so famous? She interviewed famous people. That trust just rubs off. Getting on podcasts, another great traffic source, but kind of a longer term play. YouTube videos, great traffic source, and then in the description, directing them somewhere else. TikTok can be good, but not 100% optimal. And when you have your school community, it will grow organically once it gets some legs from people finding you in the discovery section. So that's traffic, right? Nurturing, especially for you guys at the start, it comes through your own stories. Get really good at telling your own story over and over and over, low to high moment, your mentor's story, that sort of stuff. And then when you get more clients, you just share your client results consistently, nurture the crap out. Conversions, DM, hot list, live workshops and webinars, and referrals. Going from 0 to 20K per month, those are the things to focus on and keeping it as simple as possible.
Okay.
Kind of thinking about it, simplifying it.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is definitely keep YouTube and longer videos, not shorts necessarily, right? You're talking about longer ones.
Yeah, shorts are good for directing people to long ones. And when people are watching video after video after video on long form YouTube, it just accelerates the process so much. And it's a longer sales cycle than it used to be. So that's why YouTube is a freaking amazing platform because it can warm people up so much more. And like when we're doing live workshops as well, instead of like them having to be hit up by 3 months worth of content, you can build up trust in an hour with someone. And it's like 3 months worth of content and it just collapses time, right?
Okay. And then stick with Facebook and start Instagram instead of TikTok. Is that what you're basically saying for the platforms?
What I would do is launch your school community and move all your Facebook traffic as much as possible over to your school community. And if you can build up your Instagram platform now, that will serve you much more in the long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm a bit frustrated with TikTok because, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like Jay has done a great job with TikTok. I'd love for you to share your experience, Jay.
Yeah, for sure. I started posting end of January every day. And then the more I've done it, the more I've posted. So now I'm up to 4 to 6 times a day. And I think just being on the platform, I've seen what gets people to watch longer, and the longer people watch, the more views I get. So the the frustrating thing is when I think a video is going to be great, it just sometimes flops. And that happens like 60 to 80% of the time. And even when I copy a video shot for shot, word for word, that got 300,000 views, I might get 2 to 4,000. And so I think it really is just a volume game, but part of that volume is you get better at creating content as you go. So Avery just said, don't think of it as precious, think of it as practice. And I really like that. So the more emotionally attached you are to each video you produce, the more upset you're going to be when it doesn't perform well. And most of the time it won't. But there are strategies that you can learn and implement that will help you get better watch time. And those skills are transferable to any platform. So no matter what platform you choose, it's worth putting in the reps and participating actively in that platform because you see what works and what doesn't. And as you keep trying, you just get better and better. So maybe that's the long-winded, my encouragement.
I love it, dude. Thanks for sharing, Jay. Yeah. Yeah, the additional benefit of that is you get much better if you're creating reels or if you're creating TikTok videos, much better at creating hooks in your content because those need to be really good, right? Uh, yeah, Colin, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something that maybe not a lot of people are aware of, but it's super, super beneficial. So say if you're on Instagram, I was just talking to one of our clients about this, and then you make a post, you put it on your main page. There's a really, really good strategy that I normally do, but I got banned, so I can't go on live right now. So I'm not doing it for the next like couple months. But if you make a post and it has a good like call to action to it and it's a good post, or like it's driving traffic towards like your business or your offer or whatever it may be, as soon as you make that post, I'm talking about on Instagram, but you can do it for TikTok too. You can do it for majority of platforms. As soon as you make that post, share it to your Instagram stories, and then do an Instagram live and talk about that offer and pin it in the headliner section. What that does is it just drives traffic for one, but also on Instagram, there's only like 10% of your following will see your posts. So if you have 100,000 followers, you're only going to have 10,000 people that see it, and then maybe 10% of that 10% will engage. But as soon as you go on Instagram Live, everyone's phone gets that notification that drops down, and I'll say Colin's on Instagram Live. So you're gonna see that like, oh fuck, I haven't seen any of Colin's stuff like in a while. It's gonna drive traffic to your posts, and they're gonna come into your Instagram Live. It doesn't have to be sexy or cool or anything. I do it all the time. Well, I used to before I got banned from going on Instagram Live for a couple months. But I would do it like anywhere I was. Like I would make a post, share it to my Instagram stories, and then I would go on Instagram Live immediately because it's going to generate more views to my posts. And then also they're going to come on the live, see me talking about it. And I'm like, hey, and I just keep referencing it. I'm like, yeah, I just talked about this in my last Instagram post. If you guys got any questions, shoot me a DM, blah, blah, blah. And then just start answering questions. You can do it for 2 minutes. You can do it for an hour if you want. It doesn't matter. But what's important is having that live drop down to like notify other people and kind of remind them of your presence on social media. So utilize that. I've done a lot of business that way.
I love it,
This
dude.
makes so much sense. I will try it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
feel
can do it
like,
on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. It doesn't really work the best, but definitely Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
yeah, I love this strategy. It makes so much sense because the algorithm puts the traffic into your life. Yeah. I'm not comfortable doing this on my Instagram. I feel like my Instagram is so personal that it would do a disservice doing it. For that.
Also, and like the way Jay was talking, the more you go on Instagram Live, the more you're going to be comfortable just talking to people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.
Thank you.
I got some final updates for you guys. I'm super stoked on. And building more of this community, this culture together, and for you guys to do more workshop stops, podcasts, embedded partnerships together. These are going to be awesome. Just show up and interact with people inside of the communities. Big shout out to Elena posting her workouts in the self mastery community. That's huge. And that builds up over time. And what I have for you guys, boom, is a new client connection board. So you guys just hop in here, check out who you want to connect with, say, hey, I met you on the client connection board. And we have everybody's profession in here as they've described it, and their Instagram link if you want to follow everybody, email and phone number to reach out, or you can reach out on Slack or school, whatever you want to do there. So I'll drop that in the chat for you guys. So boom, you can scroll through here and see everybody and connect with them and all that good stuff. Is that cool? You guys like that? Yeah.
Very cool.
The other thing that I just launched today is the leaderboard. So save this to the top of your Chrome bar. Boom. And this is on a monthly basis that will track everything across the different clients here. Shout out to Jay for filling out his daily OS. Got 2 from him, and he has 65 minutes of exercise minutes. And it tracks meditation and breathwork minutes, your live calls, offers made, total cash collected. And I'm going to be doing probably a one-on-one call with the person who has the most exercise minutes here. And they're working out and sending shit over in the self mastery Slack channel. So you can retroactively fill out your daily forms if you want to win that. It's at the top of the board here. And you can put in the date, put in the numbers, and then when you submit the form, it will say, hey, submit another form, and then you're good to go. So if you want to retroactively do that, but just save the form to the top of your Chrome bar, just like this. And then you can click this at the end of every day and fill that in. And then together, we can have a healthy competition on business and self-mastery here. So super stoked for that. Cool. Is that helpful? Yeah.
So does this lets us track our like business KPIs, the personal? Does this also? Because I know in the human OS, there's tracks a lot of this as well. Does this all talk to each other?
It doesn't talk to each other, but I'm going to be filling out this form as well alongside of you guys. So I'm going to be dropping this stuff inside of there. And are you using the alignment OS or the human OS?
Yeah, I've got like 5 different things that I fill out every day.
Gotcha.
So I've
Yeah,
got the
I
human
saw
OS.
that you sent me over the John Whiting's form. There are
Yeah,
probably ways to tie this together. So we'll jam out on that.
yeah, and then there's also then I've got Brian's tracker. Then I've got another tracker. I've got a lot of trackers, but it'd be cool to consolidate them.
Sweet. Yeah, you send me over John's. We'll jam out in Slack.
I did. It's in Slack right now.
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet.
Sweet. So we talked about lead magnets, the updates, growing our network, connecting with one another. Are you guys committed to jamming out in Slack and filling out the daily OS and winning the competition? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool, guys. Great calls. This will be uploaded into Slack, so you'll be seeing this pretty shortly here. And let's have an amazing weekend. So let's get it. Talk to you
Sweet.
guys soon.